As the conflict in Ukraine continues, the tension between Russia and NATO is increasing with each passing minute. NATO does not remain unanswered in the face of the huge army that Russia has deployed in the region. British C-17 British Royal Air Force C-17 cargo planes have been sending troops and advanced equipment to Ukraine continuously for 4 days. After the British Defence Minister, British shipments started to be made to Ukraine without wasting any time against the fear of a possible Russian invasion. With its last shipment, the United Kingdom sent 30 elite British Special Forces troops and 2,000 anti-tank missile systems to the region today. While these are the weapon and soldier figures announced in the shipments that have been going on for about 4 days, it is also reported that there is a very serious military force that has not been disclosed and has been dispatched. The United Kingdom, which carried out a shipment of anti-tank missiles against hundreds of tanks that Russia has piled up in the region, said that this shipment was purely for defensive purposes and Russia should not worry about this shipment. But serious reaction to the British on this issue. Russian intelligence states that the shipments pose a great danger on the Russian border. It is stated that the United Kingdom has reached a very serious military power in Ukraine as a result of this shipment, while a British force that can take action against Russia has gathered at the border.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAHSHI'S, Rakadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers that are pushing this truth and sincerity. And as you see it, Russia and UK may go at it soon enough. And what I find funny out of all of this is it's a pick and choose ally war. Because you heard it yourself. UK dispatches troops instead of bringing them back, sends off more tanks as a quote-unquote defensive measure, and say that Russia shouldn't even worry about it. But Russia acknowledges that the UK has gained more power. Now, and this is why these rats have a hand in every war that's pretty much being set up. Like, this is all just being geared up. Because if you notice, and I mentioned it earlier, it's a pick and choose between allies. You had all of NATO, really, that they all supposed to be in a same type, I guess you could say, some sort of peace treaty, which is always temporary when it comes to dealing with this devil. But you have America helping Israel. You have the UK now helping Ukraine. And if I remember correctly, just recently, you have Russia helping China. And now possible talks about Germany getting involved thanks to the UK, which is further into this video, but I don't know exactly where it's at. It's 13 minutes long. The rest is just talking about what these armies have. But Esau, like as I mentioned, Esau always have a hand in all this stuff. Actually, speaking of which, this is Joel 3:2. It says, "I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat." And this is where the Lord talks about He's going to gather all these nations into just all these kingdoms into one spot, just for these kingdoms to be obliterated. But this is also going to Matthew 24:6, where it speaks of there should be wars and rumors of wars. And this is all it's geared up to be. Is with war, you have the actual war, then you have civil war, because there's civil unrest. You're going to have martial law, people being drafted, literally dragged out of their homes and everything. It won't be a first time. What goes around does come around, and this will come back around again. History repeats itself. And this is going to be a greater war, like unlike anything else. But you have all sorts of problems when the war comes out, because with war comes a lot of destruction. Somebody may come out the victor, but not in this scenario. Once World War III drops, the only victor will be Lord YAHAWAHSHI'S. This is a known factual thing. But Esau wants to play God, and he I won't even say he forgets, or I would say he doesn't understand that what he's doing is actually not in his favor. It says, and will plead with them, therefore my people and my heritage Israel. Now that pleading doesn't just go into saying, please give me back my people. No, pleading also goes into, I will take, or I will destroy what I have to get back. What I had to get back. So the Lord plans on fighting and destroying to get his hopeful elect and the rest of his people, which means he also had to destroy 2/3 of our people. But he's ultimately coming back to destroy this place. It says, whom they have scattered. It says, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And I've mentioned this before, like, because where Israel, it's like the hopeful elect is just not all in Babylon. No, it's all over the world, and all these other kingdoms. So why else would the Lord want to gather all kingdoms into one spot just to destroy them if the hopeful elect was just all in America? Wouldn't make sense. We are scattered everywhere. Germany, Russia, the UK, China, you name it. All these powers have to fall, have their defense stripped of what it is, and all of them could fall together. Even though primarily Babylon will be wiped off the face of the earth for good. But but Saga, but you have Esau that will try to fight up, hell, you may have our own people try to pull out their 9mm and try to do anything, but they're gonna be in too much awe to even do anything, because they're gonna see who he really is. This is Isaiah 47:14. It says, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. So can you just imagine just all these kingdoms coming to rally together to kill each other, basically, just for the Lord to pretty much emerge and crack them skies to really scare the living life out of people, because the Lord is going to show and make these people remember who he really is. That they can try to fight, but it's all futile. For them to be fighting each other, to just seeing nothing but smokes and flames, to seeing the prides of these kingdoms falling, or just really just stripped away, and then all the chaos just ends, just for the hopeful elect to be saved, and for the kingdom of heaven to be placed on earth where everything's going to be peaceful. Just that quick in 1 hour, that peace will be restored. That says something. Like all this to gear up for a grand finale, just for this place, for everything to be taken down and destroyed, and the once great Babylon to be set on flames forever, to never be inhabited. That's a great ending if I ever heard one. So these Esau and these other kingdoms keep bringing up all their weapons, keep getting funded by each other, because that's all Esau's been doing, giving each kingdom a little bit of more of a fund. Then these kingdoms will swap allies to see who benefits more of a greater ally than another one, just for them to all be wiped out. But that's all I have going into that. So, Lord willing, this was a little edifying. With that, Shalom.